Once upon a time, in science fiction, drama, horror, web, television series was created by the Duffer Brothers and released on Netflix. And nobody would have ever imagined that one day it would become the famous series we all know today as Stranger Things. But how did Stranger Things become so famous? And why did Netflix decide to choose to gamble on such a controversial show? Is it true that they auditioned 906 boys and 307 girls for the main roles? Is 11 modeled after E.T.? Is it true that the gang went trick-or-treating together in real life? It's time for me to answer all of these questions and more, since this is ASMR. Aaron, back at it again with another daily video to help you relax. So lay back and enjoy the ride. I hope this video gets you through your day, or even better, I hope this read helps you gently fall asleep. I can't wait to get started. This is the tale of Stranger Things.
Things was created by Matt and Ross Duffer, known professionally as the Duffer Brothers. The two had completed writing and producing the 2015 film Hidden, in which they had tried to emulate the style of M. Night Shyamalan. However, due to changes at Warner Brothers, its distributor, the film did not see a wide release and the Duffer Brothers were unsure of their future. To their surprise, television producer Donald DeLine approached them, impressed with Hidden's script, and offered them the opportunity to work on episodes of Wayward Pines alongside Shyamalan. The brothers were mentored by Shyamalan during the episode's production, so that when they finished, they felt they were ready to produce their own television series. The Duffer Brothers prepared a script that would essentially be similar to the series' actual pilot episode, along with a 20-page pitch book to help shop the series around for a network. They pitched the story to about 15 cable networks, all of which rejected the script on the basis that they felt a plot centered around children as leading characters would not work, asking them to make it a subject children's series or to drop the children and focus on Hopper's investigation in the paranormal. In early 2015, Dan Cohen, the VP of 21 Labs Entertainment, brought the script to his colleague Sean Levy. They subsequently invited the Duffer Brothers to their office and purchased the rights for the series, giving full authorship of it to the brothers. After reading the pilot, the streaming service Netflix purchased the whole season for an undisclosed amount. The series was subsequently announced for a planned 2016 release by Netflix in early April 2015. The Duffer Brothers stated that at the time they had pitched to Netflix, the service had already gotten recognized for its original programming, such as House of Cards and Orange is the New Black, with well-recognized producers behind them, and were ready to start giving upcoming producers like them a chance. The brothers started to write out the series and brought Levy and Cohen in as executive producers to start casting and filming. Stranger Things is set in the fictional rural town of Hawkins, Indiana during the early 1980s. The nearby Hawkins National Laboratory ostensibly performs scientific research for the United States Department of Energy, but secretly does experiments into the paranormal and supernatural, including those that involve human test subjects. Inadvertently, they have created a portal to an alternate dimension, the Upside Down. The influence of the Upside Down starts to affect the unknowing residents of Hawkins in calamitous ways. The first season begins in November 1983, when Will Byers is abducted by a creature from the Upside Down. His mother Joyce and the town's police chief Jim Hopper search for Will. At the same time, a young psychokinetic girl called Eleven escapes from the laboratory and assists Will's friends, Mike, Dustin, and Lucas, in their own efforts to find Will. The second season is set a year later, starting in October 1984. Will has been rescued, but few know of the details of the events. When it is discovered that Will is being influenced by entities from the Upside Down, his friends and family learn there's a larger threat to their universe from the Upside Down. The third season is set several months later and the days leading up to the 4th of July celebration in 1985. The new Starcourt Mall has become the center of attention for Hawkins residents, putting most other stores out of business. Hopper becomes increasingly concerned about Eleven and Mike's relationship while still trying to care for Joyce. Unbeknownst to the town, a secret Soviet laboratory under Starcourt seeks to open the gateway to the Upside Down, allowing the entities from the Upside Down to possess people in Hawkins and creating a new horror to deal with. The series stars an ensemble cast including Winona Ryder, David Harbour, Finn Wolfhard, Millie Bobby Brown, Gaten Matarazzo, Caleb McLaughlin, Noah Schnapp, Natalia Dyer, Charlie Heaton, John Keary, Cara Buono. The idea of Stranger Things started with how the brothers felt they could take the concept of the 2013 film Prisoners and offering the moral struggles a father goes through when his daughter is kidnapped, and expand it out over 8 or so hours in a serialized television approach. As they focused on the missing child aspect of the story, they wanted to introduce the idea of childlike sensibilities they could offer, and toyed around with the idea of a monster that could consume humans. The brothers thought that the combination of these things was the best thing ever. To introduce this monster into the narrative, they considered bizarre experiments we had read about taking place in the Cold War, which gave a way to ground the monster's existence in science rather than something spiritual. This also helped them to decide on using 1903 as the time period, as it was a year before the film Red Dawn came out, which focused on Cold War paranoia. Subsequently, they're able to use all their own personal inspirations from the 1980s, the decade they were born, as elements of the series, crafting it in the realm of science fiction and horror. Other influences cited by the Duffer Brothers include Stephen King, films produced by Steven Spielberg, John Carpenter, Wes Craven, and Guillermo del Toro. Films such as Star Wars, Alien, and Stand By Me, Japanese anime such as Akira and Elfen Lied, and several video games including Silent Hill, Dark Souls, and The Last of Us. The Duffer Brothers also believe they may have brought influences from other works unintentionally, including Beyond the Black Rainbow and Daryl, discovered by reviewing fan feedback on the series. Several websites and publications have found other pop culture references in the series, particularly references to 1980s pop culture. The brothers had decided to film the series around the Long Island area to match the initial Montauk concept. However, with filming scheduled to take place in November 2015, it was difficult to shoot Long Island in the cold weather, and the production started scouting locations in and around the Atlanta, Georgia area. The brothers, who grew up in North Carolina, found many places that reminded them of their own childhoods in that area, and felt the area would work well with the narrative to ship the fictional town of Hawkins, Indiana. The filming of the first season began in November 2015 and was extensively done in Atlanta, Georgia, with the Duffer Brothers and Levy handling the direction of individual episodes. Jackson served as the basis of the fictional town of Hawkins, Indiana. Other shooting locations included the Georgia Mental Health Institutes, the Hawkins National Laboratory Site, Bellwood Quarry, Patrick Henry High School in Stockbridge, Georgia for the middle and high school scenes, Emory University's Continuing Education Department, the former City Hall in Douglasville, Georgia, the Georgia International Horse Park in Conyers, Georgia, the Probate Court in Butts County, Georgia, Old East Point Library and East Point First Baptist Church in East Point, Georgia, Fayetteville, Georgia, Stone Mountain Park, Palmetto, Georgia, and Winston, Georgia. Set work was done at Alt Studios in Atlanta, and the series was filmed with the Red Dragon camera. Filming for the first season concluded in early 2016. After the third season finished filming, producers considered the idea of keeping the Starcourt Mall set as a permanent attraction for fans to visit, but ultimately decided against it. The fourth season of Stranger Things was expected to consist of 8 episodes, with the first episode titled Chapter 1, The Hellfire Club. Filming for the season was slated to begin in January 2020 and to last through August. With release of a February 2020 teaser for the fourth season, the Duffers confirmed that production has started. Some filming for the fourth season took place at Lukiškės prison in nearby Vilnius, Lithuania. In March 2020, production was stopped due to the 2019-20 coronavirus pandemic. The Stranger Things original soundtrack was composed by Michael Stein and Kyle Dixon of the electronic band Survive. It makes synthesizers and homage to 1980s artists and film composers including Jean-Michel Jarre, Tangerine Dream, Vangelis, Goblin, John Carpenter, Giorgio Moroder, and Fabio Frizzi. Stranger Things has attracted record viewership on Netflix and has a broad, active, and international fan base. The series has received critical acclaim for its characterization, pacing, atmosphere, acting, soundtrack, directing, writing, and homages to 1980s films. The series has received multiple awards and nominations, including 31 Primetime Emmy Awards nominations, 4 Golden Globe Award nominations, a British Academy Television Award nomination, 2 Directors Guild of America Award nominations, 3 Writers Guild of America Award nominations, and 3 Grammy Award nominations. It has won a Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by an Ensemble in a Drama Series, 2 American Film Institute Awards, a Critics' Choice Television Award, and 3 People's Choice Awards, among others. The Duffer Brothers have said that Stranger Things is likely to end after its 4th or 5th season. The Duffer Brothers and casting director Carmen Cuba undertook the gargantuan task of hearing auditioning 906 boys and 307 girls to get to the right people to what would be crucial roles. They had them read scenes from the pilot episode as well as scenes from Stand By Me. You can tell from the ratio that they extended the net widest to find 11, and despite a sea of child actors at their disposal, they cast Gaten Matarazzo as Dustin immediately. In the first season, Eleven dons a pink dress and absurd blonde wig in homage to E.T., but the Easter egg is also a clue to her entire otherworldly character. The Duffer Brothers told me that the performance that they wanted me to resemble was E.T., and that relationship between E.T. and the kids, Brown said. It's probably a lot easier to remain anonymous when you're behind a mask, even if you're on a wildly packed slick show. All of the kids are famous for being friends in real life. They even have a group chat called Stranger Texts, and they've even adventured out on Halloween together. And so ends the tale of the famous television web series Stranger Things that remains in the hearts of millions of fans across the world.